This is the story of the 5 little pigs as told by Dredd Sweet. Once there were 5 mildly hairy, somewhat clean, and very tasty looking little piggies. Now, this little piggy, who was the biggest of the piggies, he went to the market. No, not to the supermarket. No, not to the stock market. No, he worked the black market. He cornered the market on hired muscle. He rented himself out to the highest bidder, throwing his weight around and breaking a few thumbs if need be. Now, this little piggy stayed home. It wasn't so much that he was a scaredy cat. It was more like he had cold feet. Now, the next little piggy. This little piggy right here. He had roast beef. Nobody knows exactly why, but the cops found him down by the docks, shrieking loudly and covered in gravy. Strange little piggy, that one. Now, the 4th little piggy, right there, he saw what happened to the last little pig. And when a door-to-door roast beef salesman came by, this little piggy wanted none. No, sir, none of that, he said. And he slammed the door shut right quick fast. But the salesman just kept knocking. So this little piggy went, and he put on Grandma's glasses and Grandma's nightie, and he hid beneath the bed covers. Which would have been great had he lived in a forest and his neighbor been a woodsman. As so happens, that's the wrong story. The poor little piggy was traumatized, teased unmercifully at school because he forgot which story he was in. Rumpeltoastian, the mean other little piggy children would call him. Poor piggy developed corns and athlete's feet, and he was never quite the same. Now for the 5th little piggy. The last one in our story. Poor little guy. As you can plainly see, he's a little twisted. This little piggy yelled out, "Arr, arr, arr," all the way to Davy Jones' locker. Or he would have, but he didn't know where Davy Jones' locker was. And he kept getting all twisted up and turned around the wrong way. See, though, it really wasn't his fault. It ends up that he had a fear of water, and so he'd never been out of boat, so he couldn't possibly know where Davy Jones' locker was. So instead of going to Davy Jones' locker, he went to Foot Locker, where he bought this great pair of slippers. And every time he wanted to feel normal and blend in, he just put the slippers on. But when he took them off, it was like leaving behind his secret identity. There he is, and he became Party Piggy, the life of every get-together. A real showstopper of an act. This little piggy is the one who shows up at your front door at 2 a.m. with a bottle of prune juice and his twister game. And that is the tragic tale of the 5 little pigs, as told by Dredd Sweet.